You're watching Chewing the Cud with Mike, Benny and Roe and Mist Kinsman.
Although it was fun, I'm not sure that much custard was really necessary. Oh, hello. You're watching Chewing the Cud, your light-hearted weekly look through a slightly glittery kaleidoscope. I'm Mike, Benny and Roe, and with me today is a man who needs more than no introduction. It's Mist. Hi, Mist.
I've had some very strange experiences with alternative lubes, but custard, nah.
Oh, it's not good because it's a Newtonian fluid, which means that when you push hard, it gets harder.
Anyway, I'm bringing you a story about some lovely appendages and then get all skillful in crafty queens.
And we even have a game for you to play along with too. But on screen now you can see our contact details. It's at the Cud TV on social media, and if you want to catch up with previous episodes, you can always binge us on YouTube. Just have a look for Chewing the Cud.
You can also see the names of people who've reached out and touched our souls going along the bottom of the screen. And now it's time to get up to date on all manner of things in the buzz.
How do you feel about sausage rolls?
I do quite like a sausage roll.
Good, because I have some for you.
Okay.
Well, in theory. So this is a story about Greggs sausage rolls, specifically Greggs sausage rolls.
Okay.
And I thought it would be lovely to have a Greggs sausage roll while I talked about this issue.
Yes.
I need to shut you up. But I couldn't get any because I went to the thing and I went to the lady, I'd like some sausage rolls, please. And she went, it's cash only, got no cards.
In Greggs?
In Greggs. I'm like, she then said, is that all right? I'm like, no, it's not all right. Take my money. Like, so you don't have a sausage roll due to card machine failure?
Oh, well, that's not on, quite frankly.
Nah, take it up with the Greggs. Anyway, this is a story about a gentleman who is running a marathon.
Right.
Not just any old marathon. He's renamed it a Snickers. No, that's a joke for the old people. No, it's a gentleman called Bradley. Mm-hmm. Okay, who is from Yorkshire, and he's from the northeast, sorry, and he's going to be running a 36-mile marathon.
Aren't marathons always a set distance anyway?
26, but he's doing a bigger one.
Okay.
Right. So, what he's doing is he's eating 9,600 calories as he's running.
Well, you kind of need to, don't you?
You need to. Yeah. Fuel in, fuel out, and so he's chosen Greggs sausage rolls as his main source of calories.
Well, I can't blame him. Like, calories for energy doesn't really matter what it is if you're burning it off.
Exactly. Now, most people, when they're running, do a case of they'll have those gel things that are like just sugar and calories. And,
yeah, because
right?
That's easily digested.
But while he's training, he's running to a Greggs, stopping and getting a sausage roll, running to the next one.
It's like a pub crawl, but for fat people.
Well, he's not exactly fat. He's very, very trim.
He is, actually, yeah.
Because he's doing a lot of running.
And to be fair, there are a lot of Greggs around in the north, so you could get to one on every street corner.
That's literally what he's doing. He's planned his route based on the Greggs.
If you're doing it in London, it'd have to be a pret-a-manger.
And not as good.
No, of course they're not as good. No. They're not northern.
They're not pies, are they? They're sandwiches.
Exactly.
They're running around with, oh, what have you got there? I've got a quinoa bowl. It's not the same. Or quinoa, if you say it properly. But he's spending £36.80 every time.
Well, that's economical as well.
Right. He's 29. And he says that it's probably not the best thing that he could be eating for running a marathon, but he said it's convenient.
I don't blame him. And who doesn't need something warm and meaty inside them?
When you're running, I don't know. I don't even run a bath, right? That's how anti-exercise I am.
I can tell.
A shower, because then just all falls out. But yeah, I thought it was a great story about a gentleman using sausage rolls for the power of exercise.
Yeah, good on them.
Each one sausage roll that he eats has twice the calories that he needs. So
has he done the exact proper math on what's required?
I think he's just going, I'm fucking eating sausage rolls, and I'm running to explain them, but yeah.
Well, do it whilst you can.
Yeah. So moving on from lovely sausages in your face, how do you deal with difficult names?
If it's people, I just say, all right, love, or mate. I'm not very good at remembering people's names.
Difficult names?
Oh, yeah, that's just any name in general. I'm just very forgetful.
Yeah. What about place names and things?
I used to say all the bit of Clantasiliad go go gok, but now I can just say the end bit. And I come from Leicester and Loughborough, which are traditionally called Leicester and Luga-Baruga.
My favourite one, mispronunciation by Americans, is Worcestershire sauce.
Yes.
Right? And that's because someone called it wash your sister sauce. And I'm like, oh, chef's kiss. Right? I did some wash your sister sauce. And I'm like, I don't care where you're from, what your politics are. You are my favourite human being. Making margaritas. They go, not margaritas, Bloody Marys. They're going, and I had some wash your sister sauce. I'm like,
I'm quite, because of things like that, because of being British, I'm usually quite good at it.
okay. How would you say BMW?
Bereisk motoren work.
Yeah. It's working.
Working. Okay.
Rather than work, because work is English. But yeah, this is a story about a survey that they've done about brands, especially foreign brands, and how people mispronounce their name.
Well, didn't they have a car advert a while back? I don't know if it was BMW or what, but it was the Four-Sprung Dutch Technique.
Audi.
Audi was that, yeah.
Yes. And that's not what Audi stands for. It was just their slogan. Yeah. And it was, what was it? Something about being technologically advanced.
It's always nice to get your mouth around a bit of German.
Yeah. I like a lot of German, to be fair. Tasse Kaffee bitte.
Aye, aye.
Just a cup of coffee, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't need nothing else in German. Coca-Cola, por favor. That's Spanish. What was that? Sorry, Gary saying something? Savanch Lushka.
The gallery know all about filthy language dictionary.
Muchos grandes cojones. Anyway, that's not the story. And for those of you who didn't know what I just said, yes, I did just say that.
Do we have to beep it if it's in a different language?
No. I didn't actually swear. Even if in the actual language I didn't swear.
Okay,
I
fair.
just said lots of big bollocks.
Okay.
Mucho grande cojones. So yeah, back to you have to do it in the Spanish accent. I'm sorry.
Back to the story.
Mucho grandes cojones. Por favor. Always say please and thank you. I was about to say something very wrong. I'm not going to do it.
Anyway, cars.
No, cars.
Cars.
This is about things that people aren't pronounce. Okay, what about VW? How would you say?
Volkswagen.
Okay, it's Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Yeah, another one people mispronounce. And then finally, this one here. How would you say that?
I don't even know what that brand is. I really don't know a damn thing about cars.
I don't know about this brand.
I recognise it, but I don't know it. My older brother was really into cars. I don't even drive.
Oh, crazy you do. So this is what people pronounce as Mercedes.
Okay.
Right, okay. And it's actually Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Mercedes. Yeah. Interesting fact about the Mercedes logo. If you ever have a leech on you and you pull it off, that's the scar it will leave behind. Little tri-star.
Is that why they picked it?
But if, like a you want to leave scars on people's body, why not share that with us? We are at the Cud TV on social media. And that brings us nicely to our story of the week. Now, if I looked in your bedside table, what would I find?
Top drawer, middle drawer, bottom drawer.
Any of them.
Top drawer, a nice book.
Okay. Priorities are wrong there. Second drawer.
At the moment, leather shorts.
Okay, and third drawer.
Dildos. Lots and lots of dildos.
Do you notice how none of that was lube, ladies and gentlemen? Very gappy, very gappy. Lube first drawer, toys second drawer, wet wipes third drawer. Just saying. Plan ahead. You need the lube before you need the dildos. Anyway, this is a story about a shop in the RSPCA's charity shop.
Okay.
Who were served with some massive embarrassment. They were having red flushes as one of the shop assistants in the 70s had put out what she thought were small door handles.
Small door handles.
Small door handles. Yeah.
Like knobs.
Sort of thing. Yeah. Like so for your bedside table, you pull it open.
Yes.
Can you spot the
Are they the ones with the jewels on the end?
Shall we have a look? See the picture? There they are.
They are the ones with the jewels on the end. It's in the bottom drawer, yeah?
So yeah, butt plugs. Right. They've been there for a little while in Northwest Yorkshire.
I'm not surprised. I'm
walking
really
past
amused that they kept as a pair.
Well, this is the thing. She thought, because they have his and hers written on them. So she thought there were door handles saying his and hers, so bedside drawer sort of thing. Oh, that's cute. And so, yeah, she only took basically a passerby came into the shop and go, do you know what you have on sale there? And said, like, door handles? Like, no. And then they explained that they weren't, in fact, little doorknobs, they were butt plugs. By saying to this 70-year-old woman, well, it's you put them into your bottom during sexy time. And as she was explaining this, a younger member of staff came out and went, what do you mean butt plugs? Right? And they went, oh, they're out on the window. Burst into fits of laughter and walked off. Right? £2 they were on sale for. £2. That's a bargain. And they're metal, so you can put them through the dishwash.
Oh, no, then the jewel falls out.
That's all from the buzz this week.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have a story that I can personally relate to.
It's the only thing he's getting shoved up his arse at the minute. You're welcome, Mist. Stay right there as coming up after this short break, we get all up to date on the celebrity news in the showbiz. Welcome back to Chewing the Cud with me, Mike Benyon-Rowe, and then Miss Kinsman. And now it's that part of the show where we play a little game. And this is for a man who can't tell whether it's undercooked or just sloppy. It's Mist.
Okay.
Game of the week.
So this week we're going to play a game of Bin, Bang, Betroth. So Mist has got a selection of people, celebrities, things and objects and characters. And we'll pick 3 and I have to decide whether I'm going to put them in the bin, give them a bit of a shagging, or marry them.
Okay. Are you ready for your first triplet?
First triplet? That sounds like my weekend last weekend.
Okay, who to choose for you? Oh, let's go all 3 fictional to begin with, I think. Okay. Bin, Bang, or Betrothed? James Bond,
Okay.
Gandalf, or Santa Claus?
Well, that's easy. Bin James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Bang Gandalf. Marry Santa Claus. Betroth Santa Claus.
And your logic for this?
I don't like James Bond. Bin.
But he's so good in the bed.
Is he?
Oh, well, apparently.
Is he? Or is he just a slag?
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't stop you.
No, but it wouldn't stop me. But I'm also thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Gandalf, be fun, wizard. Do all sorts of wonderful things with his staff. Right? Santa Claus, divorce him after you've married him, get off. Half of all the toys in the world, I'd be minted. And I'd know where all the bad boys live.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right, let's go on to another 3 then.
Okay.
How to make something a bit more challenging.
I'm going to marry the rich one, I'll shag the handsome one, and bin the not everybody else.
Okay, I've gone for a celebrity, which I think is probably going to be an obvious answer, and 2 things that might be a bit more challenging. We'll see.
Okay, go on then, what I've got.
First up, Bin, Bang, or Betrothed, your school head teacher.
Okay. Which school?
Any one of them you
I
like.
need you to pick.
Oh, okay, primary school.
Primary school. Okay.
Your primary school head teacher,
Mhm.
your friend's dad,
Okay.
or James Corden.
Okay. I would betroth James Corden.
What?
Mm-hmm. Right? Because then, on the wedding night, I would tie him up in a kinky game and never let the leave again. He can die in his own piss and shit.
But then you'd be Mike Corden.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not changing my name. Do I have to change your name? What kind of misogynistic idea is that? Change your name just because you're married.
It doesn't have to be misogynistic when you're 2 gentlemen.
Yeah, just saying. But yeah, so I'd marry him so I could train him up and he'd never be able to leave or do any more shit TV. Right? And because then he's tied up, it would be a crime of passion and not manslaughter at most rather than being premeditated murder. Get away with it. And then, what were the other two? Primary school teacher.
Your high school head, your primary school head teacher.
Bin.
And your friend's dad.
Bin and bang.
Have you got a particular friend's dad in mind?
They know who they are. At my age, most of my mates' dads are dead.
Well, this is true.
I've got very slim pickings, but there's one.
Oh, shall we go pop stars? Let's
rivals.
go pop stars. Okay. Choice between Madonna, David Hasselhoff, or Miley Cyrus.
Okay, I would betroth Madonna.
You're going for the money philosophy again, aren't you?
No.
Marry them, steal their stuff, and just hope they die.
No, it's not even that.
No?
No. It's because she dates some very attractive young men. We could have an open...
So you're going for the David Guest philosophy?
She could sit there, cracking one off, flicking a bean, and I'd have her boyfriends.
Well, okay, that leaves Bin and Bang for David Hasselhoff and Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, I love with a passion that burns more than your pee, but I would have to put Miley Cyrus in the bin.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
So that means you're going to have to shag David Hasselhoff?
Yes.
We are talking David Hasselhoff now, not in his heyday.
I'm okay with that. Because it's going to be a very quick bang. We all know it. Right? By the time he's got himself out of the leather trousers, bust his hip on something, it's not going to be a messy affair.
To be fair, in his Knight Rider days, it was a bit of a fitty. My overriding memory of David Hasselhoff was him singing as the Berlin Wall came down. Oh, yeah. That's the moment in history. You can't take that away from him. Anyway, let's go. Bomb. Bit random, this one.
We're doing the frog song.
Bin, Bang, or Betrothed.
Uh-huh.
David Beckham.
Okay.
Louis Theroux. Bob Ross.
Oh, no, that's a hard one. Marry Bob Ross.
Logic?
Huh?
Logic?
Because he was such a lovely guy.
Lovely, soft-spoken, good artist.
Not even the lovely art and the soft-spoken, he was just a sweetheart.
Aww.
Right? He got taken completely advantage of by his business partners and everything. It was just like, well, it's only money. It's like, yeah, so there's that. His son was fit too. Not now, son's gone downhill. So yeah, my betrothed Bob Ross.
Okay.
Who were the other two?
David Beckham and Louis Theroux.
I'm going to have to bin Louis Theroux, even though I think he's an excellent journalist.
Okay.
Just because I would like to bang David Beckham's son and David Beckham.
Even now? He's still, he's preserved quite well, isn't he?
He is aged decently.
Yeah.
I won't say like a fine wine. Because when people taste wine, they spit it.
Okay, next three. Let's go with them, and that. This will be a bit of a weird one.
Okay.
See how you go with this.
The others have been perfectly sane and normal.
Bin, Bang, or Betrothed. Lindsay Lohan, pre-breakdown. So we're talking like the nice era with all the nice films and when she was a lovely, cuddly Disney girl.
Bin!
Steve Jobs.
Betrothed.
Again, you go for the money. You're just so shallow.
I'm not even going for the money.
And
I've got reasons.
that leaves you. I'm going to take this as your final answer because you've already answered. That leaves you with shagging Freddy Krueger.
Okay. Everything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Really want to see those fingers.
Well, my ex used to not trim his nails. I think I could take Freddy Krueger. Would you not like to see the rationale behind betrothing to Steve Jobs?
No, because I already know what it is,
it?
which is you are a black widow who just likes to marry for money.
It's not about the
because
money.
you're shallow.
It's not about the money. For Steve Jobs, it's not about the money.
Oh, okay. Is it his charming wit and personality?
No.
Is it the work? It's the people working with diapers?
Huh?
Because you're used to that.
What?
Calorie.
Working with that? He's dead. He's not incontinent. They're very different things, Mist.
Go on, explain.
Got a beautiful house.
He's got a beautiful house.
That's a beautiful house.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's follow that up. Oh. Okay. We'll go with these three. Following on from the last round, bin, bang, or betroth. Lindsay Lohan again.
I can't have her again.
Post breakdown this time. Completely squirrel. Absolutely bonkers. Locked up in prison.
Okay.
Very
bang.
bad mugshot.
Bang.
Peter Griffin
Okay.
and Jackie Kennedy.
Betrothed Jackie Kennedy. Because look, she's had one husband that was shot in the head. She's used to that. Anyway. And then, so I'm binning Peter Griffin.
But he's such a lovely person.
No, he's not.
You could say he was a family guy.
But yeah, I would quite happily bang Lindsay Lohan after the. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Let's go with this.
But yeah,
Okay.
that's almost the end of the show for now.
One last one. The local postman, Mike Tyson, or your ex-partner.
Well, that's enough for now. Coming after this short break, we're going to get our craft on in Crafty Queens. Welcome back, and you're watching Chewing the Cud. This is the part of the show where we look into the sparkly side of the world of celebrity and media in the showbiz with Mist.
Right.
Hi, Fred.
Okay. Unless you've been living underneath a rock, you probably have heard that the movie version of the Wicked musical is coming out.
Wicked boy.
Yes.
Rap. I mean, I've been down with the kids in Nunjibis of Conway.
Down with the Kids maybe 10, 15 years ago. But anyway, it's coming out on the 22nd of November, and there are a lot of people excited about it. Starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, if I can pronounce the name properly. Sorry for that, if I got it wrong.
She doesn't watch the show yet.
There's also Jeff Goldblum in it and Michelle Yeoh. But there's also another person in the film who we are very big fans of on this show.
Channing Tatum.
No, nearly as good.
Nearly good as Channing Tatum. Michelle Schaffenegger.
No, it's Jonathan Bailey.
Oh, okay. We do like him.
Yes. Now, this is a picture from him doing the promo for the film, as you'll want to do.
Wearing a fairly translucent shirt there. We can see his chesticle hair.
Well, that's not the thing that's hitting the news.
So his cock out.
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
Less interested.
The wider version of this picture, you can see his legs because he's got some very, very short shorts on.
They're not that short.
Well,
I've seen shorter. Are they not culottes?
I don't know what you'd call them, but look at the legs. They are beautiful. They are very, very nicely muscled for that size of proportion of man.
I have a thing about leg hair where it's not uniform, so it kills it for me.
Not uniform.
The bottom of his leg is significantly hairier than the top of his leg. It kills it for me.
Well, you've probably done that to prevent chafing.
And those shoes.
I wasn't really looking at the shoes, to be honest.
It's just no.
Well, it does it for me, and it set the internet on fire as well.
Okay, it's in Australia.
Because everybody is very, very enamoured of them, apart from you, apparently.
I mean, they're aesthetically pleasing.
They
but
are.
They have.
Can you not imagine them around your ears?
No. No.
I mean,
I
he
don't
is
want his legs around my ears.
altogether quite a beautiful man.
He is a stunning human being, right? But it's not really. None of those people there are hideous.
Well, that's true. But I'm really not paying much attention to the other two.
That's fine. But he is an attractive guy. But
Yes.
I'm not a fan of the shorts, and I'm not a fan of his leg hair.
Well, that's all right. They'll come off on my bedroom floor and I won't have to worry about them anymore.
Just have to worry about his sanity.
Moving on to something a little bit less pleasant. Have you heard of the phrase transvestigation? Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? For those of you who don't know, it's something that very horrible people do as a bit of a hobby, I suppose, where they think about people they know in celebrity worlds, etc. I think recently they've considered Sarah Michelle Gellar and decided that it's their place to consider whether they are actually the gender that they're presenting as, because they're investigating whether they might be trans. It's people like Joe Rogan, you know, those kind of wankers. Can't say wankers?
You can say wankers.
Yeah, that's an appropriate thing. But yeah, guess who they're... Just to demonstrate how stupid a process this is, guess who their recent consideration of who might actually be a man presenting as a woman?
Margaret Thatcher.
No, but I do believe they have considered that before.
Pippa Middleton.
No, they're not going for even real people this time. This is how stupid it is. They're now considering the Statue of Liberty.
What?
Yeah, apparently it's... Well, what was Joe... This is Joe Rogan in particular. They suggested that actually probably isn't a woman, probably more the ancient god Mithra, which I'm surprised he's well read enough to understand something from that mythology. But apparently it doesn't look like a guy, and stating the statue's arm doesn't exactly look feminine.
What?
I know, it's stupid as hell.
So what they're saying there is they're not just saying, OK, we've decided on the gender of a copper statue. Mm-hmm. Right? We're deciding that based on whether the arm is feminine.
It's not only illogical, it
misogynistic.
Really, yeah.
Wank faces. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's a Statue of Liberty that is known to be a woman. Right? And even if it was a man presenting as a woman, who gives a flying It's a statue. And if it wasn't a statue, it'd be a human being. And who gives a if it is? As long as they're not punching you in the face with their cock, who gives a flying Ooh, I got angry.
Somebody did get angry, and I don't blame you.
Oh.
It's the most ridiculous pastime of a set of people who are arseholes.
Ugh, and this is only going to get worse, sadly.
I mean, it was bad enough when their commentary and their investigation of people is they're real people, and it's a very hurtful thing to do. It's also just a hurtful thing in general to anybody who actually is trans, that's anybody's business to be considered.
It's not anybody's
but it's also going into fictional characters, statues. It's none of your business.
Just, yeah. I think it's with the recent changes in the US political system. That's what I'm going to say on that. This isn't going to be the end of it.
No.
This is going to get worse and more heated and more legitimised.
Well, people like Joe Rogan were very much boistered for interviewing Trump just before being elected, and is considered as part of one of the reasons that there was an uplift there, or is taking credit for that. It was mentioned in the acceptance speech even. I can't believe somebody that stupid is being legitimised and hasn't been gone already. But there are people who follow such a wanker. Anyway, would you like something a bit more cheerful?
God, yes.
Okay, to lighten the mood, some very good news. The Scissor Sisters are back.
Okay.
Well, I thought you'd be more chirpy about that.
I've known about this for a little while.
Well, yeah, the Scissor Sisters are back, and it's a lovely thing. Unfortunately, though they're reforming and doing this tour, animatronic's not going to be with them, which is a shame because she's an amazing lady. But unfortunately, she's got some other projects on at the moment that she's already committed to.
Okay.
Basically, she's a massive nerd. So while she's been away from the Scissors, she's been working on a production of her history podcast, Good Time Sally's.
Okay.
But that's led into like potential book deals and writing and other different types of projects that she's already committed to.
She's writing. She could do that on the bus.
I don't think trying to do the two at the same time. I think it's a legitimate thing, and it seemed the conversation between them about it and the publicity around it seems completely cordial, and that they're going to try and find a way to make sure that her presence is that she's not replaced. They might do something a bit like the ABBA thing, maybe. I don't know, but they're considering what they can do to make sure that she's part of it. But yeah, they're very. I've performed on the stage with the Scissor Sisters.
Have you?
Yeah. They were doing a Halloween show down in London, and I was a Yeti for them. But yeah, no, it was a really fun night I spent with them. I sang with Jake Shears in the toilet.
Oh, we've all done stuff in the toilet with Jake Shears. None of us have been singing. I think you missed out there.
Yeah, I was having a shit and he was at the urinal, and we started because they were all dressed as people from Rocky Horror.
Okay.
And he came in, started singing Sweet Transfer. I was singing the alternative parts. Opened up the toilet, realised it was fucking Jake Shears.
Okay.
And I'd just been singing with him. And I just went, hello, how are you doing? With his hand on his cock and walked off.
Whose hand on his cock?
His hand on his cock.
Again, not as an exciting story as I was expecting.
No, I did. Well, there's other bits to the story that I'll have to tell you off camera. But yeah. It was a very interesting. I could have taken advantage of it, but I didn't.
So you didn't?
No, I didn't.
You're the only man in the world that I know of a slightly gay bent, right? Who wouldn't have.
Oh, I would have.
And why didn't you?
Because I'm shy. This was several years ago as well. Just remember, I was dressed as a Yeti.
And everyone's a fetish at some point, right? So I
Come here, darling. Can you imagine?
Jake Shears was performing at a Pride.
Yeah.
Right, and I normally go to that Pride, but I couldn't make it that year, right? So I missed out because he would have been in the VIP, so I would have shagged him at that point.
Well, yeah, that's my little Scissor Sister. I'll tell you the rest of it at another point.
Yeah, it doesn't. No point if it's not on camera.
I'm telling you. Sorry, I do keep some secrets. That's all from the showbiz this week.
Some secrets means it's a lie and doesn't want it on camera. But stick around, because coming up next we have a game to play in our Game of the Week. Welcome back, and you're still watching Mike and Miss in Chewing the Cud. And now we're going to do something crafty in what's aptly called Crafty Queens.
Okay, you ready for some arts and crafts?
Where's your hat?
I'm not wearing the hat.
Why are you not wearing a hat?
Because I don't need to wear a hat and I'm not going to wear the hat. Are you ready for some arts and crafts?
I've worn a £3 wig.
Are you ready for some arts and crafts?
Crafts. It's northern, yeah.
Are you ready for some arts and crafts or not?
I suppose so. It's hard to take you seriously without a hat on.
You don't take me seriously at the best of times. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's easy to not take you seriously at the best of times.
What's your favourite foods?
Dick.
Any other favourite foods?
Like my favourite thing in the world to eat is dick. Venison.
Venison.
Venison's my favourite meat.
Okay.
Dolphin-wise potatoes is my favourite potato-based dish.
Well, you'll see in front of you 3 little pieces of card.
Okay.
What you want to do, draw on one side of the card your favourite piece of food, or dick, if you like, in its pre-digested form. and then on the other side, what it would look like after you're done with it.
Okay.
Do you want 2 or 3 of such items?
Oh, I think 2 would be fine.
So I'm going to go with a fish.
Fish is your favourite thing to eat?
I do quite like eating fish.
That's not what I've heard.
Maybe not that kind. There we go. Oofed. And therefore I will draw a fish that has been eaten, so a fish skeleton.
Okay.
On the other side. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And you could do an apple and an apple core, that would do. Or just any food and then some poo.
I've done sperms.
You've done sperms.
And just a splodge.
And just a splodge. Lovely. Anything else? A bit more food related, maybe?
It's food if you swallow it.
Well, you've been speaking to Fanny, haven't you?
I have.
Right, so you've got your food. Now you need something to eat the food.
I need there not to be an upend pointed blade in the jar.
Well, who put that in there?
I don't know, person that gave me a jar with a scalpel pointing upwards out of it.
I gave you a scalpel, but that wasn't in the jar. It was very safely placed on the side where you could see it. That I have no idea about.
Lulled me into a false sense of security. That fucker had me thumb off.
Anyway, back to the actual arts and crafts.
Right, okay.
You will see in front of you another piece of card because you need something to eat the food.
Okay.
Now, if you turn it over, I've given myself the outline of a monster, and I've given you a big baby.
Okay.
So you can artistically do this any way you like. I've just done the outline. You could go for other things, like a little cat or a dog if you wanted.
Okay.
If it's going to eat something, it needs something to eat through and something to poo out.
Okay.
So what you want to do is take your little scalpel.
What you tried to kill me with? Yeah, yeah.
Not any of the ones that tried to kill you. The one I actually gave you.
Okay.
And you want to make a letterbox slit around where its mouth would be.
Okay.
And cut that out with a scalpel.
The scalpel's got a very dull end.
Well, use one of the ones that had a very sharp end and nearly killed you.
Right, so I want a slit.
Yes. A letterbox, there we go. And you want to do another one down near the bottom. So it should look a little bit like that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not their bottom.
Well, it's as close to their bottom as I'm going because they're a monster and they might have a scary hole. Now,
You've been ever referred to as a monster, lately.
you should also have next to you another piece of card that's been folded into 4 so you can make a nice little column. What you want to do is sellotape the sides so that makes a good old rectangle.
A rectangle.
Well, column, cube, what would you use that for? Proper
What shape?
geometric shape, yes. What term would you use?
As a 4-sided place like that, that'd be a cuboid. Cuboid.
Cuboid.
Cuboid.
Okay, we'll go with cuboid.
Cuboid.
Now, what you want to do is take the cuboid, because it should be the same length as your character,
Okay.
line it up, excuse me, and where the bottom hole is, just make a little mark through that bottom hole. Just take your pen and draw through there. Got it?
That would have been easy before I made it into a 3-dimensional object.
Well, you could have done it that way if you like.
Okay. So what I want to do, I want to make a mark for the bottom.
Make a mark where that bottom hole is, yes.
Do I mark at the top hole as well?
Mark at the bottom of the bottom hole.
Huh?
Mark at the bottom of the bottom hole, you don't need to mark at the top hole.
Okay. Right.
Then what you want to do is take your scissors
Okay.
And cut from the top all the way down to that bottom line. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Just so that there's a bit of a flap going on.
Okay, I have given my bottom a flap.
Lovely. Now what you want to do is fold that on that bottom line.
Because that's what I've done following your directions.
Oh no. I've always had a bit of a confusion between tops and bottoms. Anyway, getting on with things. The flap you want to affix to the opposite side with a bit of tape.
Okay.
And then you want to affix the entire apparatus, the little slide, to the back of your picture. Right. Now, if you've got your little picture with its little ramp affixed to the back, go back to your little bits of food.
Uh-huh.
If you insert the food the non-digested way up, it should come out at the bottom. It should come out at the bottom. Mine's got stuck. Mine's got stuck. It should come out the bottom the other way round. See? Mine's come out as poo.
Okay, so sperms
Sperms?
got in.
Yep.
You can tell it's me. Swallowed it. T-bone steak.
Well, mine's working. If I put in the apple...
T-bone steak goes in.
Oh, yeah, go on.
T-bone steak goes in.
Yeah, go on.
Nothing comes out. I'm constipated.
I think that's quite good. Now, obviously, if you have more time, you can beautify your beautiful picture up. I'd make my monster a little bit more grr and put some fur on it. I don't know what you'd do with your baby, or you could make any other kind of picture you like.
I would use some petrol to match.
I'm going to put my little fishy in. Little fishy. Oh, you swallowed the fish. Oh, there you go. It's come out. Hey! And that's Crafty Queens. Now remember, if you can't get any peen or any vagine or anything in between, be a crafty queen. Nom 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 nom. It works really well. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. It's an apple call. Nom 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 nom.
That's almost the end of the show for now. But on screen now you can see our contact details. It's at The Cud TV on social media. And if you want to catch up with previous episodes, what's wrong with you? You can always do so on YouTube. Just look for Chewing the Cud.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Nom 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 nom. Whee!